Howdy, who all my stock market gamblers? Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. What do we got going on? Well, I have some really good news for you. You're going to get one more chance to be able to exit this market at a record high. You see, I think that they're going to push this market one more time up. It's going to be the relief rally of all relief rallies, and it's going to push that S&P, at least test the recent high, but probably take it to a new all-time high. Now, could we drop back a little bit more? Sure, nothing goes straight up, but this market is going to get another rally. They're going to add liquidity. They're already adding liquidity to the market. You can see it. You can see it in the bond markets. They want to push it up one more time. Now, keep in mind the economy, nothing to do with the stock market. The economy circling the drain. We're already in a recession, in my opinion. They say we're not, but I say we are. And I say there's a very good chance that we're going to fall into a depression. But the stock market, you're going to get one more chance to get out near the top. That's just my take. All right, let's move over to the real estate market. Now, there's big problems in the housing market, big problems. And I want to talk about that a little bit today, right? All right, so I could catch everybody up. You got to go back to August of last year when they did the class action suit against the National Association of Realtors, and they no longer allow us to put a house onto the MLS and advertise that we're going to pay a buyer broker to bring us a buyer. That is now illegal. That you cannot do, right? A group of lawyers, they got together and they said, who's got the deep pockets? Let's go after the National Association of Realtors, sue them for $400 million. Now, did anybody out there, anyone, if you did, leave me a comment, did anybody get $1 of that $400 million? Where did that money go? Well, I know the lawyers got a third of it. So, all right, so let's just say they took $140 million went to those lawyers that got this idea to sue the real estate association. So the lawyers won. Okay, but where did the other money go? Where is it at? Who has it? Did anybody get $1? I don't think so. I think the lawyers probably still sitting on that money. Maybe if nobody claims it, maybe they get the whole $400 million. But here's the thing. The public is just getting hosed outright. I mean, it's really sad. You'll notice since August, I mean, prices, the volume of sales, non-existence, less and less and less every month since August, right? Well, because you don't have the realtors in the game. The realtors, we can't do our job, right? You can't put it on and advertise for the buyer to come, so the sales are going down and down and down and down. I mean, we're at the third lowest level in the recorded history. Actually, I think we're actually at the lowest level, but it's like mortgage demand is just collapsing. Mortgage demand, third lowest level in recorded history. House sales, the lowest level in recorded histories, right? I mean, we've fallen off the cliff. This is just not happening. Real estate is frozen up. Why? Because you took the realtors out of it. People think because prices are too high, and that's a big part of it. And we're going to talk about that, right? Okay, so that's what happened back in August. Now, just last month, in March, what did the National Association of Realtors do? Well, they got sued for $400 million. So what they did is they said, hey, watch this, guys. We're going to take this law that's been the rule for all agents. It's called the one-day rule. So they said you have 1 day. When I take a listing from somebody, I have 1 day to put that onto the MLS so everybody gets a fair shot at it, right? 1 day to put it on. Okay. Well, they said we're going to take that rule away. We're not going to make you put it on the MLS. We're not going to make you put it on the MLS at all, right? What good does the MLS do anyways? You might as well just put it on Zillow. You got just as good a chance of selling it on Zillow as you do at the MLS. So the MLS, let's just call it obsolete. Let's just call it we've moved into a third world country. Let's just call it we took in the best system. Now, not a perfect system, but we did have the best system in the world for selling houses. It was called the multiple listing service. Most places in the world don't have that. Most places in the world takes from 6 months to 3 to 5 years to sell a house. Why? Because they don't have the MLS service. service. Okay, so we're now the third world country. We no longer have the MLS service, but this is changing really quickly, really, really quickly. Okay, here's what's happening, and this is really scary if you're selling a house. It's scary if you're buying a house. Listen to what's happening. Okay, I'm getting all these flyers, right? I mean, I'm a real estate broker, full disclosure, but I get all these emails, all these flyers being sent to me. And the words you got to learn now are sold off market. Sold off market. People are not putting the houses onto the market, onto the MLS. Okay, Compass, it's a big real estate firm, right? They put about 1 out of every 3 listings they have, they put them on the MLS. The other 2/3 they hold, and they call it their secret listings. Secret listings just for their customers, not for you, not for me. No, 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 no. Don't put it on the MLS because the MLS is worthless, right? We got sued the NAR for $400 million. So who got hurt? The public's getting killed in this deal. So Compass only puts 1 out of 3 homes on the MLS, and they're not alone in this, right? So they hold 2/3 for their secret listings, right? Caldwell Banker, what do they call it? They call it the exclusive look. It's exclusive to Caldwell Banker. What about Keller Williams? They call it the private collection. Everybody's starting their own MLS in these big, giant conglomeration companies, right? They're not going to put these on the MLS anymore. And I think this is kind of hysterical, right? I mean, I feel sorry for the public, very sorry for the public, because when it's sold off market, it means that you just got hosed. It means that the price was probably 10 or 20% below what you could have got if we had a working MLS system. So the prices are coming down, but it's worse than that. That's worse than that. I mean, the laws that can be broken now. There's a law, it's called redlining, right? You can't steer people to different neighborhoods based on race or religion or anything, right? But let's say I got an Asian person, right? And they want to sell it to another Asian client. They go, Mike, we only selling to another Asian client. Don't worry, it'll be an exclusive listing. I won't even mention it to anyone who's not an Asian. Look at the redlining is back in play again. I mean, housing discrimination is going to be running rampant. Once again, the public is the one that's falling. It's not the real estate agents. Real estate agents went from making 3% aside to taking the whole 6%, right? And for me, it's great. Look, I don't work with buyers, right? I don't want buyers. I only work with sellers because I know I'm going to get paid when I got a seller. I go over to do a listing presentation and that seller signs on the dotted line. I'm going to get paid. Now, I still use the MLS. I use Zillow. I use Realtor.com. I use 100 other internet-related websites, right, to advertise the home. So I'm going to get paid because I got an exclusive listing that's going to get sold. I don't have a big company to keep it in my company. I got to put it out there, right? And I got to get it sold. But maybe, maybe I go hold an open house and I find the buyer and get both ends of that deal. But here's the thing. So if a buyer comes to me now, I got a perfect excuse as to why I can't work with them. Look at Mr. Buyer. I would love to show you houses. I would love to work with you, but you got to go to one of these big giant corporations, right? Because they're holding the listings in-house. They don't give me access to them anymore, so I cannot help you, Mr. Buyer. So here, call John at Compass Realty. Now, if he's busy, you might want to call Steve at Caldwell Banker, and if they're both busy, well, just call Tim over at Keller Williams, and he'll take good care of you. Now, here's the thing. I was getting 25% referral fees before. Well, my referral fee is going up because they're getting both sides of the deal. They're desperate for listings. They want these listings so I can get 30, 40, 50% referral fee now without lifting a finger. This is pathetic. Look, I love, nobody wants to work, right? But I actually enjoy what I do. But what you've done is you've killed the system. You put us into a third world country, and these companies are taking over. They're taking it over with private listing networks. It's the same as the MLS, but it's private now. It's a private listing network. You're not going to see these listings on Zillow anymore. You're not going to see them on Realtor.com. You walk into a Compass, you walk into a Coldwell Banker, you walk into a Keller Williams, you're going to have to sign a 10-page contract, which is basically saying you buy a house from any other person, I'm going to get paid anyways, and I'm going to sue you if you don't pay me. So you're going to have to work with me because I have the secret listings. I have the exclusive look. I have a private collection of listings that you can't get on Zillow. You can't get on Redfin. You can't get on Realtor.com because they're private and they're exclusively to me. So for me, working with sellers, which I love to do. That's all I do now. I'm semi-retired, right? But people keep sucking me in with the fees, with the commissions. They want to give me so much money. It's really pathetic how much they want to pay me now. I mean, I used to make $50,000, $60,000 a property. Shoot, a $4 million, $5 million house I can pull down $200,000. I mean, it's crazy, right? Insane, sick, stupid. Why is it like that? Because you had these group of lawyers take away the MLS, which was the best system for selling houses in worldwide. Go travel around the world. You'll see what I'm talking about. Houses don't sell like they do in the U.S. In the U.S., we sell them like trading cards, like baseball cards. Trade them one to the other. Why? Because we had the best system. We had the MLS. It's all broken down now. All broken down. You think real estate's at a standstill now? You just wait another 3 months. This is going to be the worst spring selling season you've ever seen. And it's going to be because of these exclusive things. But if you want to buy a house, you better get with Compass. You better get with Coldwell Banker. You better get with Keller Williams. But you better call Tall Mike first because I want my 50% of their commissions. I mean, that's at $50,000 I can make just off each phone call I get just by sending them over to Keller Williams, sending them over Coldwell Banker, sending them over to Compass. Why? Because the MLS system broke. It's sad. It's pathetic. But this is what's going on in real estate land. That's why you have everything frozen. Everything's locked up. They think it's just because you got interest rates too high. No, it's because you took away the realtor, took away the MLS. No deals are being made. Don't get me wrong. I get it. In your area, things are still selling. Your area, you put it on and it's gone in the next day, maybe 2 days to sell it. I get that, but it's changing. It's changing. When you go to buy a house, you better go with the big companies now, not the individual like Tall Mike. But you call Tall Mike so Tall Mike can get paid too. Everybody wants a slice of the pie, right? I want my piece of cake also. But this is what's going on, and it's pathetic. These private listing networks. You took away the MLS, which was so transparent. You could go on there and find what houses sold, find everything you wanted to find. You can't get that information now. It's private. It's locked up. We're going back to the old days. In the old days, I'm an old guy. We used to get a book handed to us, a physical book. It was the MLS, and people would pay me to see what was inside that book. No, that's my book. You can't see it. You can't see it. Look, it was exclusive, and that's what we're going back to now. It's not an open market anymore. We've taken away the open market. We've lost the open market system. What are you going to see? You're going to see lower prices and higher, not lower commissions, higher commissions. This is what they don't tell you. This is what those lawyers don't tell you. But I want to know where the $400 million went. Somebody leave me a comment. Who got that money? Did you get the money? I didn't get the money, and I'm a broker. Maybe they should give me some of that money too. $400 million to the lawyers, I think that's too much for breaking the system, breaking the best system in the world. Look, at you go down to Costa Rica, try to sell a house. It'll take you 3 years to get it sold. You go to Colombia, try to sell something. It is forever. You're maybe looking at 6 years. Things are sitting on the marketplace. We used to do it in a week, couple days, right? Because we had transparency. We had that MLS. Now we got a bunch of private listing networks, which is going to be resulting in sold off market. That's going to be the new thing. You don't want to have people coming through your house, do you, Mr. and Mr. Seller? You don't want your neighbors knowing your business, do you? We're not even going to tell you what you're selling for. We're not going to put a sign up. It's going to be part of our private collection. So we'll just bring the exclusive buyers, and don't worry if there's anyone you don't want to sell to. Just put it in my ear and I won't even mention your house to them. Because I have to mention it now because otherwise they don't know it's for sale. Isn't that great, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? Now, for all this convenience, It's only going to cost you about 10% drop in your price. You don't mind that. The public doesn't mind getting hosed, right? Apparently they like it, but you should do something. Write your congressman. Tell him what's going on. Someone knows the Donald. Call him up. Get Elon on this, man. The system was great. System was the best in the world, and now we just went back to a third world country. Maybe they'll fix it someday. I don't know. I'm loving it. It's less work for me. I just refer them to Tim over at Compass, take half of their commission, and I'll still work with the sellers. I'll still put them on the MLS, put them on Zillow, put them on Redfin. Anyways, I hope you like this stuff. I know I got a little carried away. Give me a thumbs up anyways. Punch that subscribe button. Get out there, everybody. Enjoy the day. Bye-bye now.